Hi everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a 3-cup flip cup. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be doing it in the outside colors that go on the either side of this are going to be with the white in it. So it's going to have this color combination. And then the center color is going to have the black in it. I thought I'd just see what it's like with something, slightly different in the center and the white on the outside. And so what I've got here today is a magenta, a metallic gold. I'm not sure about the gold. It's quite soft, so I don't know how it'll work. A warm yellow and a black, and then, like I say, white, warm yellow, gold, and magenta. And I'm going to layer it into these 3 cups. So let's see how we go. So now I've layered up my cups. This is the white, the 2 whites, and this is the one with the black in the center. So before I begin, I just wanted to say thanks very much for visiting my channel. And if you're liking what you're seeing, please like, subscribe, comment, so I know, what other videos to do to share. When I do my flips, I don't just smash them over. I always use a paddle like that, and I sort of spin it over like that. I don't want to go too far to the edge because I don't want to lose a lot of my paint there, so let me just go there. Oh, I didn't pull that one out very well. And do this one. There's quite a lot left on this little stick. I wonder how that's going to affect it. No idea, but let's try. These colors are interesting, very interesting. So now I'm gonna pull this way. I'm gonna scrape out some paint. Actually gonna Ooh. Wow. And this is the last one. I can see I'm already starting to lose paint that side, so I don't want to do that. So, first thing I'm going to do is just move it down the board. I just don't want to lose too much paint before I even get started. I like the colors. Quite interesting with the dark in the center. I'm definitely losing quite a lot of paint this side and on the edge this side too. I'm going to just go around quickly and just start stitching up So I've used, I think I used it in total 240. No, I used more. I used 400 mils of paint for this. Before I really get going, so I haven't actually lost too much there. Got a lump there, so I want to push that off straight away. What I am going to do, I have got some left in my cups. I'm just going to put that around the edges here. So join it up. It does look a little muddy, but it's okay because my paint is going to go this way. So I'm not too concerned about that at the moment. But I am concerned about getting my paint into those corners. So that's why I thought and because I lifted up differently here compared to here, I sort of dragged it along. It hasn't reached right down to the bottom, so I just want to put some paints in here because I feel like it's going to take a bit of time to travel down the bottom here, and I'm going to tip most of this off anyway, so I want to make sure that it's not going to really take its time this end, but then everything will run off that end. So let's see. I might be wrong. Interesting. I am going to get my torch. I'm just going to bring up some bubbles. So I actually haven't used any silicone in this at all. I've just varied my consistencies. So when I look at this, I've got less distance to travel on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tip this way just to get and I'm picking up from the bottom just to cover my edges, because I figure that if I tip this way I lose less paint and then I will fix up that bottom section. So I'm just taking it into these corners so the paint's got something to attach to. Right, so I'm going to go this way first. I do quite like this color combination. I think it looks nice. Just don't want to lose too much paint. There we are. That's all I needed. Now I want to start pushing it this way, especially that last section there, because that's quite ugly, that muddy bit at the bottom there. I'm trying, it's one of those cases of also trying to keep your eye on the composition so you don't lose the whole effect, which is always tricky. Sometimes it's better to like rock it back and forth. It's actually looking quite nice. I think I do like the black bit in the center. I think if it hadn't had that, I'm just going to put some paint here. Because it's, so there's two observations I could make straight off. Is I thought I had enough paint and maybe I could have had just a little bit more. I have lost quite a bit of paint though when you look around, so maybe not. It is quite a big piece to maneuver, and I don't know if I said, but this is on MDF board that I've done this on. I usually tend to work on canvas, but today I decided to work on a board and see the difference. I don't actually think I'm going to tip much more off because I really like the pattern. I think it looks really, really good. I will torch a bit more because so the yellow here, if I look through this yellow, there's quite a lot of black underneath there. So I'm wondering if I just torch that area a little bit, if I'll bring a bit more of the black through, which I think could look really quite effective. Looking at these, so like I say, I like the fact that there's a definition in the center, but I thought that I would want to do this again with all the same color, but more I would be interested in the white, the magenta, and the warm yellow. But looking at this, I actually think I would almost want to do this again, but with the black, because I think the black gives it a real punch. So let me just try torch that area and see what comes up. Yeah, I'm definitely getting more black showing through, which is what I want to see, because that's the whole, it's almost like the point. The black is the I suppose it's the contrast. So I want to see some of it a bit more of it come through. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. So you have to be a bit careful because it's, like I say, this has turned out to be a bit thin. So if I go too close with my flame, I run the risk of burning my paint. So I'm bringing there's some black coming through here, which is nice. There's some interesting little cells popping through there, which I'm liking. Huh. I think it looks pretty good. It took me a long time to like flip cups. I found them very challenging in the beginning, because I think it's the one area with pouring that you have the most opportunity for your paints to muddy. So I did find it very challenging in the beginning, but I really enjoy them now. I think they're probably one of my favorite in this technique, this art form. It's definitely one of my favorite. I really like them. And I'm not sure if I've mentioned, but I do have if you're interested in learning more about acrylic pouring, I do have an e-course that's available on Udemy. It's acrylic pouring and fluid art for beginners. I'll include the link below. I'll also include the rest, what paint I've used, and I've used floetrol. I'll put all that information below. So one observation that I would make about this piece is, so this section is, I just lifted the cup. I didn't really lift it and pull it down. And this section I lifted and pulled it down. But because I left a gap here, one, you can see I've moved my composition this way instead of going straight down in a line as such. But what that has done, by having to push paint to this corner, it's stretched these cells a little bit. Probably would have preferred those to be a little bit more stable. It's fine though, I think, because this also got a bit stretched going down that way. So it's sort of okay, but it's just interesting, even the way you lift your cups can make quite a difference to the overall. So I just thought I'd bring you in to see the overall effect. You can see it looks really pretty. I really like the color choices. I will definitely use those colors again. I wouldn't mind doing another one now, like I said earlier, with just the black, because I think it gave it a really nice punch. But yeah, I definitely like this piece. I think it looks good.